I just got these old spirituals down deep in my spirit tonight. You know, life can be so hard for you, man. I'm telling you, I just want you to know, man, that life can be so hard sometimes. But you have to just endure the storm, man. If you endure the storm, if you are tired of starting over, you got to get tired of quitting. You know, you got to be anchored. I'm telling you, I got this old song, I'm telling you, down in my spirit. This joy, this smile, this happiness. I feel like a whole weight has been lifted off of me. Let me tell you something. Prayers don't expire. Prayers do not expire. So sometimes we pray for stuff and then we done forgot that we done prayed to God for something, and until it come full circle, and in God's timing, he go ahead and bless you with your prayer, with your heart's desires, and then it's brought back your memory like, dang, Lord, I did pray to you about that. I did put that on the table, you know. But God is saying, you get so busy, worked up in what you got going on now that you done forgot what you asked me for, but I still remember. I remember those tears. I remember what you asked me for. You weren't ready then. You ready now. I got you. Sometimes I have to break you, hurt you, make you cry. But I do it out of love. You know, it's not like he breaking you to hurt you. He is breaking you for growth, so that you can grow from it, and so that you can know it is nobody but God. When I tell you this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you something that Jesus Christ is pleased with. You feel me? You know, you just got to keep your faith on fleek, man. You got to keep your faith on fleek, man. And you have to remember, my pastor said, he preached not this Sunday that just left, but the Sunday before that. One of the points that he gave us was, you got to remember to remember. Help me, Holy Ghost. Boy, I wish I was at the house so I could shout. He said, you got to remember to remember. You got to remember what you prayed to God for. You have to remember to remember what God already promised you. Because just because he promised it to you and you didn't get it when you wanted it, now you done forgot all about it. But guess who has not forgotten about it? God hasn't forgotten about it. I'm telling you, help me, Holy Ghost. These last few weeks in my life have been some very difficult weeks in my life. I am telling you, it has just really been a very tough, probably last 6 weeks. And God brought back to my memory one of my videos that I had posted that where I was saying, you know, I'm just gonna enjoy this joy right now, because I know joy can't stay always. I know there's gonna come a time when it has to rain. You cannot have growth without rain. You can't have growth without, you just can't do it. It's just not something that you can do. So, you know, I knew the rain was coming. I just didn't know what form the rain was gonna come in, and I didn't know how bad it was gonna rain. I don't think I prepared myself for how bad the rain was going to be. Have you ever just like put on like a jacket, looked at the umbrella and left the umbrella and was like, oh, it ain't gonna rain. If it do, it's just gonna sprinkle. And then you get out the door and it is pouring rain. That's how I felt. I felt like I wasn't prepared for this rain that came. I knew it was coming. Because anytime you're doing the work of God, anytime God is your focus, anytime you are doing what you are supposed to do, you know, the devil don't like that. The enemy don't like that. And he is going to send the exact thing that pierces your heart to try to take you down. And if you don't remain steadfast, it'll break you. A lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, Donna's so strong. Oh my gosh, she's so strong. You know, people who don't even know my true testimony say, oh, Donna is so strong. Donna is so strong. You know, and that is probably the biggest misconception of me. Like, I am a strong person. I am strong because I had to be, not because I wanted to be. I have children who are solely depending on me to make it happen, period. And guess what? They mama make it happen at all times. So, you know, a lot of people though, you know, a lot of people that encounter me, that know me, that work with me, that was raised with me, a lot of people just think, oh, Donna is so strong, or I can call and I can ask Donna for advice because I'm sure she knows exactly what I should do, or whatever the situation may be. And I am strong, but I have my weak points. And typically my weak points are points that I don't tell people my weak points. I don't tell people what my weakness is. And that's partly because of lack of trust. You know, I can't trust people with what my weakness is, because people tend to use what they know is your weakness against you in a time of adversity. So I don't tell people what my weakness is. The people who know my weaknesses are people who are close to me, who are close to my heart, who may not be relatives by blood, but their loyalty is unheard of. Okay. So having said that, it's probably only 2 people, and those 2 people are right here in A. Well, I would say 3 people. Let's just be fair. 3 people who know my true weakness, and they're right here in Atlanta. So nonetheless, I just feel like a total weight has been lifted off of me. I have just been eating up the word and being listening to a lot of motivational YouTube videos by TD Jakes and Miles, the one that died in the Bahamas. I would have loved to go to the Bahamas and listen to him preach, honey, and sit in his congregation. So, but and it's really like kept me going. I've been working out. I've lost a tremendous amount of weight. So if you see my face and you say, dang, her face looks slim, I've lost a lot of weight. I have. And, you know, just kind of like just doing me, you know, kind of like just getting to know Donna on a different level. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to tell y'all that, you know, this joy, help me, Holy Ghost, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Don't look at every storm that you go through as something bad. Sometimes God have to take something away from you in order to give it back. And I'll never forget, my daddy said, the branches on my tree of life is what is going to confuse me. Because the leaves, once they fall off, they gone. They can't come back. They just gone. The roots, they gonna be there. They ride or die. They ain't going nowhere. Rain, hail, sleet, snow, fire, it don't matter. The roots gonna be there. They are those 2 things on my tree of life are easy. But them goddamn branches will fool you. Because them branches will stay during some adversity. They'll stay. They'll ride out with you. They really will. You know, but it is up to you to know when it is time to prune them back, to allow for new growth and new things to come into your life. If you hold on to those old branches, you keep stepping out on that old branch that you know eventually is going to break on you and you're going to bust your butt on the ground. I can remember in Groveland, we used to climb the trees in Groveland. And, you know, we had to be careful and selective. I ain't gonna even preach tonight. We had to be careful which branch we stepped on, because if you step on the wrong branch, the branch will break. And if the branch break, you're gonna fall and bust your butt. Everybody gonna laugh at you. So before you step out on that branch, you know, you kind of gotta sit there and tap it a little bit with your foot to make sure that branch is steady. You know, we didn't take risk like that, you know, out in when we were stepping out on the branches. But as we got older in life and we meet different people and we allow people in our lives, we just step right out on the branch. Just step out on the goddamn branch. Like, I mean, we don't know if this branch is steady. We don't know if this branch is hollow in the middle. Like, we have no clue what this branch represents. Yet we just step right out on this branch, trusting this branch with everything. And then when the branch break, we looking around like, why did this branch break? Why did this branch break? And why did I just bust my behind? Well, it broke because we didn't test this branch before it broke. You got to test the branch before you step out on it. You can't just step out on the branch. You gotta test them branches out, man. And guess what? When you may step on the branch, and the branch may hold up, but then there's going to come a time when it's time for new growth. And in that new growth, it's going to come with pain, because you got to prune that tree. You got to prune that tree down. And then it's going to come with, and you don't want to really, you know, you don't really want to prune the tree out. You know, you don't want to take all the branches out. Then the branches, the tree look so weak, you know. But when those new branches, help me, Holy Ghost. Woo, when those new branches come and you realize, oh, that looks so much better than what it did before. Then you understand when I say it got greater later. In your tears, I ain't telling you something that I think. I'm telling you something that I know. I am telling you something that I have experienced. I'm telling you something that I have dealt with. In your tears, in your hurt, in your sorrow, in your feeling of rejection, in your feeling of mourning, you got to know that it gets greater later. It gets greater later. Learn the lesson. Cry. It's okay to cry, because you got to get it out. I don't want you to just hold it in, and then you're holding all of this hurt in, and then you wind up exploding on somebody and it's not even their fault. So don't hold it in. Let it out. Cry, scream, yell, find somebody that you can call and talk to that is loyal to you, not obligated to you, but somebody who is loyal to you. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something about Denise Hart. Let me tell you something about her. Over these last 7 weeks, that lady has been my rock. Like, I am eternally grateful to her, because she has truly been my rock over these last 7 weeks. She really has. You know, you got to find you a confidant. You have to have somebody who you can trust, who is going to keep it real with you. I have a very strong personality. I have the ability to just kind of overpower people in my life. Always been that way. Since I was a little bitty girl, I've always been that way. So when I encounter people who can check me and be like, okay, Donna, no, you're doing the most. Or no, Donna, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Or no, you're not going to do this. Or no, you're not going to do that. Or you ain't going to let them do this to you. You ain't going to let them do that to you, etc., etc., etc. Then at that point, oh Oh, okay. Then, sorry, y'all, I got distracted. Somebody was walking by my truck. But anyway, and then at that point, you know, you have a true confidant. You have a true confidant at that time. But nonetheless, you know, I just want y'all to know that it gets greater later. I know this storm is coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to be hard. I just didn't know exactly what it was, what it was going to be. But I am thankful to God that I am able to say that I made it. I stood steadfast, unmovable. I did what I was supposed to do as a Christian, you know, and I trusted God. You know, you just gotta trust God and just believe that what His plan is greater than any plan that we can ever have. Don't lose your faith. Keep your faith on fleek. I know this is the holiday season. A lot of people, including myself, get very depressed during the holiday season. I get depressed during the holiday season because my father died December 26th. My father raised me. That was my backbone, boy. I'm telling you, that goddamn Donnie Lee Mack. I just love him to life. I love him way past death. Way past death. I love him. You know, and I love what he instilled in me as his child. You know, but in the midst of your tears, you got to dance in the rain. You got to celebrate in your tears. Celebrate in your heartbreak. Just celebrate. Y'all know I be watching everything. But anyway, just celebrate through it. And God will bring you out. Your praise will confuse the enemy. When you're thinking about stuff that is hurtful to you, then you got to change what you're thinking. Change what you're thinking. You have 100% control over your mind and over your thoughts. So change what you're thinking. Change your thought process. Change your thought process. And watch it get greater later. So I actually came on here because I was going to sing a song for y'all. But it turned into me wanting to document this moment. I want to document this particular moment right here, right now, and how I feel. So, and when the storm come again, because it's coming. I know how it is. That's just the reality of life. It's coming. When the storm come again, I can look back on this video and I can know that God is gonna fix it, you know, because He did it before. He'll do it again. All right, y'all. I as you can see, I'm dressed for work. You understand? Ooh, these big old boobies. I'll be glad when I get a reduction. Lord have mercy. Anyway, as y'all can see, I'm dressed for work. Why I got all the way to work and I'm off tonight? So I am going to the movies and maybe to have something to eat, get a bite to eat, and going to the movies. Yay, because I'm off and I thought I had to work, but I don't have to work. And yay. I like Studio Movie Grill. They have where you can, you know, have a drink and, you know, they have food and you can watch the movie. I really want to go to the movie on the 8th because Jumanji with Kevin Hart is going to be playing, but that's okay. We can go tonight. Whatever. It is what it is. All right, y'all. Anyway, just remember to keep your faith on fleek. You know how we roll. Keep your faith on fleek. We bend, we don't break. We keep our mind focused on God. And remember that it gets greater later. I sang for 2018. I haven't really, I think I picked that one, but I forgot what it was. So it really didn't stick because if I didn't remember it, then it didn't stick. So I think it was We Bend Don't Break was 2018. So we gonna keep We Bend Don't Break. We gonna keep that one as well, but I want to come up with a different motto for 2018. All right, y'all, I gotta get changed. So thank y'all for watching. Keep your faith on fleek. Bye.